this is our replacement for the Claydon then, is it?
This is a Claydon replacement, yeah.
Broken it already.
Broken it already.
Right guys, how are we doing? It is a lot cooler this week than it was last week, and we have had some much needed rain as well. Over the last couple of days we had a nice fair bit of rain, enough to soften up the ground a bit, so we're now finally out in the fields getting a bit of groundwork done. It's good to be back out with the John Deere, and as you can see, I've got our Claydon Hybrid drill on the back, drilling a bit of oilseed rape. I'm in a 20-acre field, 20 acres, that's all we're drilling this year. It's the first time drilling rape for quite a few years. We're hoping to bring it back into the rotation, so the idea is to get 20 acres in to grow on for potential seed stock to grow on next year. It's a variety called Aardvark, I believe it's Aardvark. Which reminds me of the sketch from Blackadder. If you know what I'm talking about, then 10 points. So I'm drilling direct into the wheat stubble, this year's wheat stubble. I'm currently on a tram line, as you can see. What I'm doing today is I am drilling tram lines with the drill, which means a couple of the coulters on the drill get shut off every 4th run to leave tram lines, and I'm going over last year's tram lines basically, so sort of controlled traffic in a way, using the same tram lines as last year. The thing with oilseed rape is you want to get it in early to avoid the flea beetle threat, and that's obviously proven quite difficult this year because of all the dry conditions. It's I think it's about the 18th, 19th of August today. Would have preferred to have got this in, I don't know, a week or 2 ago, but it's just been so dry because of the hot weather. I mean, it was so dry that you probably end up breaking tines on the drill just trying to get it in, and once it's in the ground with those dry conditions, it isn't going to grow, is it? So yeah, it's been a really tricky time all round really. We've only got a few acres to do, I know, like I said, just for some seed stock, but yeah, you couldn't have been doing this a week or 2 ago. You really couldn't have been doing it. It just it's been ridiculously dry, but that bit of rain we had, 2 days worth of rain, has really helped, and there is a little bit more on the forecast, so fingers crossed we get a bit more rain, help keep things moving along a little bit. Also got Ray over there in the next field. He's actually discing. He's got an old set of discs on the TM. The idea with that field and field over that big hedge over there is that's wheat stubble, wheat ground that will be going into barley ground. So what we want to do is chip the wheat so we can get a spray on that, a kill on that before drilling the barley. So me and Dad, last weekend we went to a farm sale, local farm sale. Main reason we went is there was a TM, New Holland TM 155 with only 2,000 hours, genuine hours, 2,000 hours, and yeah, we were curious to see what it would make. We knew it would be a little bit out of budget. We had an idea on a price in our head that we could potentially bid up to, but the starting bid was higher than that. I think because it's such low hours, it drew in a lot of attention. It went for, drum roll, £43,000. It's a lot of money. But then again, it's only done 2,000 hours. It's a 2006 model. It's got all of its working life in front of it. It would have been a good tractor to buy. 43,000 though, couldn't quite justify that. But to be fair, I don't think we'll ever see a TM with that, you know, that amount of hours on it again. Sort of, they're getting rare now. But 43 grand, oh, it's a bit of money that is. With that being said, we didn't come away empty-handed. No. Dad bought himself an old Smyth drill, which he's really, really pleased about. I'll try and get him to show you that on the video. Dad's really pleased with his old Smyth drill. And me, I bought a little wooden tipping trailer for my Fordson. It needs a bit of work, needs a new floor. It was only just up the road, so yeah. We didn't come back with a TM, but we came back with a Smyth drill and an old tipping trailer. I'm really glad it's cooler this week. I don't like the heat. So Ray's cracking on with the discing. It's actually quite good to see those discs out and about because we haven't used them for so long. They've actually been sitting over at farm 2 for the last few years. So yeah, good to see them out and about. You can see what we're doing here. We found a bit of soil, creating a bit of a tilth. The idea now is to come in here and roll this down, encourage any volunteer wheat to pop through. So like I said, we can get a kill on that before we drill the barley. We haven't gone massively deep, to be fair, just a bit of a light disc over, and yeah, it's doing a pretty good job, to be fair. Dad's admiring his new purchase then, by the looks of it.
I bought a Smyth drill.
You bought a Smyth drill?
Yeah. It's probably near to 175.
Probably is.
About 1920. Just say.
Does it doesn't have a plate on it that says
I
so?
think there is one. There'd be a serial number somewhere. It's not a horse-drawn one. It's but I was told at the sale. By the way, it didn't pay an awful lot for it. So.
No.
That Smyth themselves did a conversion to take the shafts off the horse.
Yeah.
The harness shaft,
and make it
and put a drawbar on,
So it could have been originally.
Well, it could have been, but it looks all as if it's all original here, doesn't it, with the tractor? It's actually got belt markers by the look of it.
Yeah, it's fully equipped.
Yeah, so that's pretty good, isn't it?
You've wanted a Smyth drill for a while, haven't you? On
Well,
the farm?
it's probably only nostalgia. We had one years ago, and one of the first jobs I had on the farm, I probably told you this on a previous vlog, haven't I? Was sitting on the back of a Smyth drill to operate the coulters and put it into gear up the headlands. My father used to always plant the turnips and the kale for the sheep with a Smyth drill.
Yeah,
And he used to get it out because he said it was one of the few drills that you could go down to, small seed rates. I think it's about £7 an acre or something.
£7 an acre?
£7 an acre,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. So you used to stand on the back then?
Or a peck or something, yeah.
A peck.
Yeah, you used to stand on the back. But I'm looking at it, Nick. The one that we had, I don't think had these. If I open this up,
Still got the straps on for me.
yeah, that's
moved it in.
They're the lifting straps, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's got the small seed cups in, and I've only recently learned this. Is that and I didn't know this. You turn it. There's an even smaller cup there. Look.
All right. Yeah.
So you turn this the other way round, and you get the smaller cup, or the other way round.
For the small seeds.
For small. Oh.
Broken it already.
Broken it already.
There's a thing there, Dad. James Smyth and Sons.
Yeah, Peasall, Suffolk. If that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, so you can see that they turn round, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you've got two sort of sets there. Then the larger ones are probably for beans or cereals. Probably cereals on the smaller of the larger ones.
Yeah.
And probably beans on that side.
That makes
but
sense,
I've noticed that before. I didn't know that.
So this is our replacement for the Claydon, then, is it?
This is
Dad?
a Claydon replacement, yeah. And we've got all the sprockets with it. They're the little toolbox.
Yeah, it's pretty much all together, isn't
I think
it?
what you do, you take this side off. I think it's this side. It's probably not going to go to work. To be honest, I just fancied the idea of having one in the shed.
Yeah, I know you did. I know you
One of
did.
the old cart hovels, it's sort of a... But I think, from memory, I need to sort of... I think you change one of these sprockets here, Nick, to alter the gearing. There's a little bit of fine-tuning here too.
Yeah.
I've actually downloaded a sort of instruction manual.
You got the operator's manual then, you got the book.
Sort of. And you change a sprocket here. And apparently this is patented, this bit, because you can change a sprocket by relieving something here. I think you can do this bolt here. And I think that it slides back, put a sprocket on, and slide it back again. So there's no need to take too much, disassembly of it.
Right, okay, yeah.
That's all together. So the sprockets were all in there, but I've got them actually. When at sale, I thought I'd pick them up.
Yeah.
Just in case they went missing.
Yeah.
So I've got those. And I think you've got that adjustment here. On the shutters on the inside, because there's the hopper's in here.
Yes, you put your seed in there then.
Yeah. I think you can shut off the flow here.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
To regulate it.
Yeah.
The thing I remember most, being on the back, it is good fun when you sort of, just
We've got to do it, Dad. We've got to do it. We've got to give it a go.
You put that puts it into gear. You drop
Yeah.
it down, and you can see all it's doing is lifting the seed box and the gearing onto the wheel drive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Down.
I can see.
So
yeah.
on the headlands you go like that, or lift the coulters first. And this winds the coulters up. Now I'm not going to do it too much because they're a little bit seized. I think they won't go down. I think they're seized. Some of them are seized. If I put my hand there, I don't think they're sort of going down there. So
Right.
when I wind the coulters down, I think they're a bit seized there, just a little bit of a freeing off would be a bad idea. If you're going to use it.
So, we could end up using it at some point, couldn't we? With something, even if it's just for fun, I guess.
Fill your pumpkins probably.
If you had the bigger seed cups, probably, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause they're quite big, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's pumpkin seeds, because pumpkin seeds are, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fun. We'll do that.
And I think you
We'll
tilt.
do that.
I think it's got like a rack down there. That you can tilt. If you go back there, you can see the rack going up and down. You can tilt the seed box like that.
All right. It's got quite a lot of adjustment then, hasn't it, all round, really?
There's a lot of adjustment, Nick. I think you've got adjustments on the gearing, adjustments on the cups, more than I thought. And we've got the larger sets. I think on our old one, which is going back a long, long time, I think it's only had this one set of cups.
Yeah.
But as I say, I didn't realise that you could turn these upside down. It's really good. I don't know which way they go. You won't know until you try. So whether it's on the very small seas there, but that's very small. That's slightly bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you can change that over to this one.
Yeah.
And have the bigger cups.
Now, there might be some adjustment here, Nick. I don't know, but I think this is the. That's the, if you can see that, that's the flow, isn't it, there? I think you can turn a coulter off too. So say you wanted it wider spacing.
Or to do tram lines.
Or to do yes, or to do tram lines.
Very, very tiny tram lines.
But you'd have to sort of be quick and put this person on the back would have to sort of shut off the two tram lines.
Yeah.
But I think from memory, we used to grow the kale for the sheep that far apart.
Right.
So looking at it, it'd be every other one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
In fact,
yes, you'd have them some turned off.
I think one of them would be every other would be turned completely off. I think this is how you stop. I think you probably do that, don't you?
Oh, what, to turn the coulters off?
Well, then it just goes back into the seed trough here, doesn't it? It's not going down the coulter. So by doing that, look, that feeds the coulter. That doesn't. So that's how you turn it. So you could tram line. If you were quick, somebody that was quick, it's got to go like this, haven't it? Like that.
Without falling off.
Without falling off. So that's it, really. One Smyth drill.
One Smyth drill. Well,
I hope you found that interesting, or probably you were asleep by now.
Probably is it? No, it's great. It's great, and I know, like you say, you bought it for fun, bought it for nostalgia. But
yeah, I mean, if you go to a shed, you probably won't do anything. You probably what are they?
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
We should try that. Just for fun. Yeah.
For fun.
Right, the rolls are on. Gonna go and get this rapeseed rolled in. I might even roll it twice as well. I've got the GPS light bar to help me see where I'm going, but yeah, rolling it twice. You'd be surprised how much that helps. I think every little helps at the moment in preserving the moisture.